Good evening. Welcome back to Landrum High School, everyone, for another edition of Upstate Prepcast Basketball. We're here for the boys' game between the visiting Chesnee Eagles and the home-standing Landrum Cardinals. I'm Ken Walter, sitting alongside Justin Mathis and Kevin Jackson for tonight's game. Getting ready to do the starting lineup. Starting lineups brought to us tonight by View Church. We appreciate all our sponsors. And what do you think, Justin? What do you think about this game? Tell us some history on this.
Well, I mean, the first meeting between these two schools, 86-81, just a couple weeks ago, up at Chesnee. The Eagles prevailed in that one in a thriller. Triple overtime. You don't see that very often nowadays in high school basketball, but you got to imagine that Landrum's got a little bit of extra motivation, with
senior night.
Yeah, not only senior night, but wanting to get that one back and try and help their playoff positioning.
Right.
But Chesnee, looking at the standings here, Ken, that you've provided, Chesnee's right there nipping at the heels of High Point Academy. High Point Academy 7-0 in the region, Chesnee 6-1. Landrum hanging on in the 4th spot at 6-3. Or actually, technically, I think they would be 3rd because they had the head-to-head over Liberty. Or, well, no. I don't know
They're
how all
tied
that.
head-to-head.
They're tied head-to-head.
Yeah.
So they'd probably have to do like point differential or something like that.
We don't know what Chesnee's schedule is as far as do they play Liberty? Does Landrum
They've
play
already
Liberty?
played Liberty once.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the tiebreaker situation is. Do they play for 3-4 or do they not? Probably not.
Yeah. So here's the starting lineup for Chesnee Eagles. Number 1, a senior, 6 foot, Braylon Blanton.
Multi-sport athlete for the Eagles.
Yep. Number 2 coming in at 5'9", senior, Ben Reese.
Yeah, Braylon Blanton, go back to him for just a minute.
Connor McGraw, number 3. Number 32, Elijah Brown.
Eli Brown is he's option number 1 here for the Eagles. He's what makes this thing run.
He's coming in averaging 21.9 points a game, and Ben Reese sitting far behind him, 18.2 points. So quite a impressive 1-2 punch for Chesnee. Now our View Church starting lineup for the Landrum Cardinals. Looks like they got a bench full of seniors tonight. They're going to start. Number 21, a 6'1" senior, Cooper Tidwell.
Played football for the Cardinals and has been a big part of this basketball program over the years.
Number 1 is 6 foot senior, Davis Campbell. Number 2, 5'9" senior, Hayden Martindale. Number 10, the 6'3" senior, Ivan Williams.
And number 24, senior listed at 6'3", AJ Lindsay, multi-sport athlete for the Cardinals as well. And also a senior for the Cardinals, Caden Yarborough, sophomore, listed at 5'8". The list is
he's not in the starting lineup. I think they just announced.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Yeah. So our starting lineup tonight again is brought to us by View Church. Our broadcast booth tonight brought to us by Mike Farmer Plumbing. Our title sponsor, Wings, etc. First quarter play brought to us by JB Trees and Nick's Home Realtors. Our jump ball tonight's brought to us by Edward Jones, Jason C.
You talked about basically the multiple shooters, and I think that's why Chesnee, to me, even though the point differentials haven't shown it, I think they're the most dangerous matchup against Landrum, who likes to crash big due to lack of size interior. They like to crash. They leave a lot of guys open on the perimeter. And these two guys have shown they can get hot on the same night. They kind of And that's why, matchup-wise, sometimes it scares me, but they played them tough the first time. Now we're in the cage. We'll see if we can pull this out if you're a Landrum Cardinal fan.
Williams
Here's the
versus Wall.
tip-off. Williams against Wall. Wall controls the tip over to Eli Brown. He does a skip pass all the way across to Ben Reese. Reese drives, throws it back out the Wall. Reese with a three-pointer off the mark. Wall with the rebound.
There's
Stolen
Campbell.
by Davis Campbell. Campbell down to A.J. Lindsey, over to Ivan Williams. And a bounce pass into the lane for a 2-point.
That's something I mentioned in the last game. Could they get Williams going early? There's an answer to my question from 2 weeks ago.
One way to get him started. Here's Landrum's patented zone defense.
And to answer your question from earlier, Chesnee still has to play Liberty.
Okay.
They at home though. It's a makeup game.
Connor McGraw over to Eli Brown, who's off the mark with his 3-point.
And Brown was all-state selection, if I'm not mistaken, last year.
He was the player of the year, the state player of the year.
That's right.
Last year.
That's what I remembered. Sorry, I could.
Davis Campbell off the mark. Brown with the drive. Tries to get the shot off. It's knocked out of his hands by Lindsey. Pass over to Martindale. Puts it in the court of the Williams. It puts up a 3 off the mark.
Ooh.
Loose ball picked up by Connor McGraw. Another loose ball. Pass over to Blanton. Blanton, guy roofing 3-pointer.
Yeah, Tidwell on that rebound on the other end of the floor just lost his footing there. Had good position, just lost his footing.
Had to get rid of it. A.J. Lindsey with a drive, a little out of control.
I was just about to say, yeah, that's why there was no whistle there. He didn't have
pass over to Connor McGraw off the mark. Both teams a little hesitant off the mark from outside to start.
This place is about packed to the gills as you can get, Ken.
We talked about it earlier. It was starting to fill up in that girls' game.
It's packed on the visitor side, even though you can't see it on our broadcast.
Martindale holding the ball out, guarded by McGraw.
Signed up for a life of crime. Tonight's your night in either of these two towns.
There's a pass out to Davis Campbell off the mark. Eli Brown with a drive to the basket off the mark. Wall with the rebound. And a held ball called. Possession's going to Landrum.
Campbell will take a seat. Noah Dodd, the hero from a Liberty game a couple weeks ago, sees his first game action. Only a sophomore.
Noah Dodd, Landrum's leading scorer, 18.4 points a game.
He had 24 in that win over Liberty, the last game they played before the winter weather rolled in on a Friday night.
Martindale over to Williams. Long pass over to
Dodd.
Dodd. Just comes in the game and makes his presence known with a guy roofing 3-pointer.
There he is.
Ben Reese tries to answer.
A little side spin on that shot. That's what kept it from going down.
Ben Reese leads the state of South Carolina in 3 points made.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Martindale picks up his dribble.
Cooper.
Back over to Tidwell, who thought he was fouled on the shot off the mark. Pass on top of the key to Connor McGraw, trying to direct traffic. Over to Reese. Blanton sets the screen. Over to McGraw in the corner. And a 3-pointer in and out. Both teams in and out. Justin.
Another shot with some side spin that kept it from falling.
Drive by Tidwell. Gets called for a travel.
Yeah, he didn't anchor that pivot foot to the ground. Caused him to shuffle, hence the violation.
Reese, his father, once donned the sidelines, I guess you could say it here, for Landrum Cardinals.
And at Bowling Springs.
And at Bowling Springs, but
Yep.
for Landrum 20-plus years ago now.
He's sitting over there about 5 rows up.
About center court.
Here comes McGraw up the court. Over to Brown. Back over to McGraw. Picks his dribble up. Hits Brown, driving the middle. Skip pass over to Blanton.
Midway through the first.
Brown off the mark as well. McGraw with the offensive rebound. Over to Blanton for a guy roofing 3-point shot.
Can't let him get hot. He's a Swiss Army knife for the Eagles.
That's his second 3 of the game.
He can drive. He can shoot from the perimeter.
Pass over to Tidwell's off the mark. Now stolen by Dodd. Dodd with the drive. He's called for a travel. He's trying to make a move to the basket.
And that was 3 steps. He got to take a dribble somewhere in between there. But it was hard because of the defender. I believe that was McGraw who stood there. And you got also credit number 12, Coy Wall, in there doing yeoman's work in the post for the Eagles, getting a lot of those tip out.
Already called Wall's name several times with tips and rebounds.
Take some of that pressure off of Brown.
Here's Blanton again. Rebound died. Going to be a foul on McGraw.
Yeah.
His team first.
It's one of those fouls where it's like you got to give him a little space to land, and he did not quite do that.
I hate those fouls that are 94 feet away from the basket, though. Isaiah Atkins into the game. Martindale to the bench.
What was it saying? Those type of fouls are the bane of a coach's existence.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about things that will make a coach lose sleep at night, that.
Definitely. Lindsay bringing the ball up, guarded by Brown. Switch off. Atkins at the top of the key. Over to McIntyre. Pass over in the corner to Brown. Brown with a 3-point shot off the mark.
McIntyre tried to grab it and lost it.
Ball's off of McIntyre, be Chesnee basketball. And just like that, we're talking, saying good words about Wall. Wall heads to the bench for a break.
And one thing I do like about that lineup with him in there, Chesnee, it takes the pressure off of Brown a little bit in the post.
Yes.
Gives you multiple options there.
McGraw gets called for a travel. So both teams off the mark with their shooting, and both teams several turnovers already in the first quarter.
This game, big implications.
Yes, that's
causing Coach Smith to bust out the suit and tie tonight.
Yeah.
Here's a cutting Isaiah Atkins, puts up a shot, no good. Up in the air, McIntyre, the offensive rebound and a 2-point shot. He got up in the air, Justin, on that one.
Oh, yeah, he does things that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. Yeah, and we love those kind of players if you're Coach Smith.
Landrum tucked back in their zone. Pass over to Brown. Blanton with another shot. Another guy roofing 3-point shot, his third of the game.
Cardinal was late to close out on the rotation, and Blanton said, all right then.
It's Blanton 9, Landrum 7.
Yeah.
Brown at the top of the key trying to figure out where he's going to do with the ball. Passes over to McIntyre. Now over to Lindsay. Lindsay with a drive, an underhanded layup.
Out of control again.
Yeah, McIntyre again with the offensive rebound. Long distance with Noah Dodd with his second guy roofing 3-point shot. Makes it 10-9. Brown with the ball, passes over to Blanton. Thought he was going to put another one up.
I don't like that matchup, Atkins and Blanton. You got to get another guard over there, I feel like.
Well, in the zone is kind of where he's at.
That's true. It just like I saw that for a moment and I went, oh.
Yeah.
That made me feel like I was a coach there for a second.
Yeah.
Like I like Atkins' height is just Blanton is a very quick driver. He can dribble and drive, and now we have a discussion over him.
So one official called it a tip. I think it was a tip ball.
Yeah, if we can get this, it'd be very fortunate because it was definitely tipped by Landrum.
This is the right call. So it's going to be Landrum's ball over in the corner just to the left of Kevin. And Reese throws it in the backcourt to Brown. He's going to set up. Landrum again in their zone.
I did like the fact that the officials actually took the time to discuss that.
Wall's back in the game. Over to Brown in the corner. He puts up a 3-point shot. And just like that, Elijah Brown with a guy roofing 3-point shot.
It was only a matter of time before he scored some points.
Yes. Ivan Williams with the drive.
It's be one of those nights. It's 12-12.
And he answered under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Brown's taking his time. Let's see if they play for one shot. Looks like they're going to back it out and just play for one shot.
Now Martindale's going to push the issue a little bit, or it looked like he was.
Smith
is telling him, hey, get up, start the count.
Yep. Long pass over to Mulver, who checked in the game a little while ago. Brown with the drive. Cross-court pass over to Blanton in the corner. Offensive rebound by Wall. Mulver tried the offensive rebound.
Have a foul on the Eagles.
Yeah, it looks like foul's going to be on Mulver. Number 10, Carson Mulver, his first. Team second. Inbounds real quick over to Martindale. Shot at the buzzer by Noah Dye, no good. That leaves our halftime score, Landrum 12 and Chesnee 12. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Upstate Prepcast.
All right, guys, 30-second commercial for GSP Security. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
No, it's your turn to go. I did the last one.
No, this one's yours.
Man, I've already got a security system from GSP Securities. You're the one that needs to talk about this.
Well, you can talk about it because I don't know anything about it, so
Well,
you tell me.
I've got cameras, I've got motion detectors, I've got everything that I need to be safe at my house.
Oh, come on.
All right, forget it. Y'all both forget it. Just go to www.callgsp.com today to request a free quote.
Parks and his team of experienced real estate professionals at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services see Dan Joyner are lifelong football fans, and they know for a successful football team on any level, you must have great coaching and a good game plan. The same goes when purchasing or selling a home. Let the Spartanburg office at 170 Camelot Drive be your coach with the right game plan and strategy to make your real estate purchase go like a championship winning season. Contact Jeff Parks at 864-415-0336. Berkshire Hathaway, see Dan Joyner of Spartanburg. See danjoyner.com.
Back here at Landrum High School. Our second quarter play tonight is brought to us by View Church and Guy Roofing. We've already had 4, 5, 6 Guy Roofing threes in this game. It's going to be one of those games, Justin.
Yeah, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to be back and forth roller coaster night.
Chesnee inbounds the ball. Quick pass down low to Coy Wall. Makes a layup. 2-point shot.
His first points. Uh-oh.
Here comes a trapping press, half-court press, and it forces a bad pass by Cooper Tidwell trying to hit Ivan Williams over in the corner. Errant pass goes out of bounds, be Chesnee basketball.
Yeah, that credit to Coach Baldinelli for dialing up that press right out of the jump. He kind of caught the Cardinals, I feel like, off guard there.
Yeah, you'll see him do that. He likes to change up his defenses. Brown drives to the basket, can't get it to fall. There's that Coy Wall again with that offensive rebound. Ben Reese gets called for a travel. And I don't know about that one.
I thought it was just a normal move.
We let him play in the first game, and the girls, you need to let him play.
Well, I feel like you got to tighten it up a little bit for a game like this. I feel like so.
Here comes the trap.
Showing
long pass over in the corner. Long pass to Hunter Craig, who checked in the game.
You tighten up the physicality, but not the travel stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Travel's going to be a travel.
Oh.
Ball was tipped into the backcourt.
Oh, he was in midair. That's no backcourt.
Right, got to have both feet in the ball. Another Guy Roofing 3-point shot by Braylon Blanton. Let me get it out of my mouth. He is on fire tonight. Here's Cooper Tidwell, errant pass, long pass down to McGraw. And Martindale's able to knock the ball out of bounds, stop the clock with 6:31 left to go. Wall checks out of the game. Carson Mulva back in for Chesnee Eagles. Landrum sits back in their zone. Chesnee's attacking this zone like they should, hitting those 3-point shots. That's one way to break a zone. Need to watch out for Blanton. He's already hit 4 3-point shots. Pass over to McGraw. McGraw's going to set up a play, and Baldinelli just called out a play for him. Here's Brown trying to drive. Here's Ben Reese to a 3-point shot, and he downs a Guy Roofing 3-point shot, his first 3-point of the game. Here's Williams with a drive to the basket. McGraw picks it off. McGraw leads Chesnee with steals this year. Pass over to Elijah Brown with a 2-point basket.
You got to be careful.
Layup. Going to get a timeout by Landrum.
I want to say he kind of did a little flex there, and I've seen some officials call technical for stuff like that. So Brown needs to be careful.
Yep, definitely be careful. This Ron Hawkins' next home realtor's 30-second timeout. We're going to stay right here. Justin, it's the game of threes. I don't think I've had a game this year where I've had so many threes this early in the game. I
haven't either. I said maybe one, and I'm drawing a blank on it. But, yeah, Chesnee has made it no bones about it. That's a key cog of their game. They have, as they've shown, a couple guys who can light it up from the perimeter, and they've been able to capitalize on that. You got Blanton with 12. You have Reese that's a sharpshooter in his own right.
Yeah, I'm looking at Chesnee stats right now. Blanton's only hit 18 three-pointers for the season. He's only shooting 30% from the three-point. That's not a real good percentage from the three-point line.
Well, as the saying goes, shooters shoot.
Yeah. Well, and tonight you got to do as hot as he is.
Yeah.
Here you go, Martindale from downtown. He's off the mark. Right. And here's Blanton with the rebound.
Not quite fond of that shot selection there by Martindale.
Here's Brown with a three-point shot. He drains a Guy Roofing three-point shot, his second of the game.
Coach Smith saying there was a bit of an extension there on the push-off that created the room.
24-14, Chesnee with the lead. Pass over to Cooper Tidwell in the corner, and he hits a Guy Roofing three-point shot.
Yeah, Landrum needed that. Coach Smith saying, hey, there was a bit of a reason Brown had so much room to shoot on that three-pointer, but Landrum got a very timely three-pointer there by Cooper Tidwell on the right wing. It's a 30-second timeout.
Chesnee called a 30-second timeout. Coach Ballinelli didn't like that last sequence on defense.
And Brown, go ahead.
Well, he just wants to clear some things up on his defense. I'm sure he's happy with what his offense is doing. But that last defensive play, nobody got out on the three-point shot. And Tidwell just, you can't leave him open. Tidwell hit 31%. Tidwell himself already hit 45 three-pointers for Landrum so far this year. He's their second leading three-point shooter. And I'm sure Ballinelli just wanted to remind his players about that.
Yeah, and Brown was very, very close to committing the backcourt violation.
Here's Brown with a drive. He gets bumped by Lindsey. Lindsey helps him up off the ground.
I don't know if Brown played football.
No, he's just a one-sport athlete.
Well, he should.
He's
got the build. He could be a tight end.
Brown is the 24th ranked player in the state right now. You and I already said he's the reigning 2A player in the state, and he's committed to Converse College for next year.
I'm just saying, I know Coach Chappell would love to have him on the football team. I'm just saying what it is.
Here's Brown.
Yeah, it's getting harder to be a multi-sport, especially a back-to-back season sport athlete. It's a lot harder than it used to be. Just the difference in training and the way the games have all evolved. There's really no off seasons anymore. You're essentially having to train all year long, and it's hard to have players that miss months at a time devoting to another sport.
Brown hits both the Flounder Seafood Restaurant free throws. Puts Chesnee up 27-17. A.J. Lindsey with the ball over to Ivan Williams, who puts up a three-point shot off the mark. Wall with the rebound over to Connor McGraw. McGraw brings it up the court. Passes over to Blanton. Now, it looks like they're coming out on Blanton a little more. Reese with the dribble over to Blanton. Brown at the top of the key. Brown's going to put that one up over to the corner. Over to Blanton. Only his second miss of the night.
He's a human after all.
Yeah. Pass inside the wall. Cannot get the layup to fall.
Got to make the bunnies.
A.J. Lindsey with the rebound going down the court. Get double teamed at the top. Foul called on Braylon Blanton, his first. His first, team first. It'll be Landrum basketball right here in front of us.
Maddox, Brown, Durham, McIntyre checking in. 10-point lead for the Eagles midway through this second quarter.
Lindsey going to bring it across half court, going to direct some traffic. There's a drive to the middle of the basket, a one-handed layup off the mark, tipped out of bounds by Wall. It's going to be Landrum basketball. A.J. Lindsay going to set it up. Looks like Chesnee's going to a zone defense on this inbounds play. Let's see if they stay in it after they inbounds the basketball. Pass is stolen by Reese. It does a tip pass back court, but the ball's picked up by Cooper Tidwell, who throws it over to Lindsay. Lindsay puts up a one-handed shot off the mark, but he's fouled by Wall.
I do want to make note at halftime, Ken, the tonight's boys basketball broadcast, we're supposed to be joined by all three seniors from the Lady Cardinals basketball team, Kylie Fortner, Kennedy Speech, and Sullivan Price. So Coach Kylie Koenig said, hey, I'm going to give you the three seniors to talk to since it's their night.
Tonight's NASCAR pit stop interviews. They're going to be in and out quick.
A.J. Lindsay's first free throw, first Flounder Seafood Restaurant free throw is off the mark. And the second one's off the mark.
Those come in handy late in the game.
He's shooting 50% from the free throw. I thought he was going to hit a second one.
Yeah, the law of averages.
Yeah, there you go. Connor McGraw over in front of the Landrum bench directing traffic. Coach Baldnelli calls out a play. Looks like a little high-low right here, little horn defense. Picked off by Cooper Tidwell.
Like the defensive back he was this season.
There you go. There's your two-sport athlete. Pass over to McIntyre, top of the key, gives it back over to Brown, who puts up a three-point shot. No good. McIntyre with the rebound, no good.
Love the hustle there by the Cardinals.
Yeah, McIntyre with the rebound, passes out to A.J. Lindsay, who takes a couple of dribbles. He drives the basket. It's going to be a blocking foul on Elijah Brown. That'll put A.J. Lindsay back to the free throw line.
He started to lean back before the contact was actually made. That's why it was an easy call for the baseline official. To me, that's what it looked like. He started to lean back before Lindsay actually got to him.
And A.J. Lindsay's off the mark again with his Flounder Seafood Restaurant free throw.
I think we have a sub for the shooter.
Chesnee made a couple of subs.
So Eli Davis out there for the Eagles, number 23.
Lindsay's off the mark again.
McIntyre got the offensive board.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Noah Dodd had the ball pass over to Lindsay. They need to get the ball back in Dodd's hands. Dodd hit 2 3-pointers in the first quarter and hadn't shot since. Tidwell picks up the loose ball. Pass over to Brown and over to the left side. Back over to Lindsay.
Got a 2-minute warning here.
Yeah. Tidwell in the corner. Cooper Tidwell with a guy roofing three-pointer.
The fourth of the game for the Cardinals.
Minute 50 to go. Elijah Brown at the top of the key over to McGraw. Reese over in the corner. Back out on the side to McGraw. Little high-low action going on by Chesnee trying to beat this zone. Ball's tipped, but Reese recovers. Elijah Brown, top of the key, picks up his dribble.
Landrum staying in that 2-3 look.
Little dribble drive.
Oh, nice.
An air pass by
Tidwell.
Reese. Over to Dodd, who couldn't get it to fall. Brown with the rebound. I thought there was a little contact, but let it go.
There was some contact, all right.
Wall down low, cannot get the layup to fall. 23, Eli Davis just checked in the game with the offensive rebound and a bank shot by the middle of the key by Connor McGraw.
McGraw waiting on somebody to guard him, and he just kind of stood there and said, okay, I'll shoot if no one's going to guard.
That's exactly right, Kevin. Under a minute to go, second quarter. Lindsay picks up his dribble. Got a 5-second count going.
It's about 4.7.
Yeah, Cooper Tidwell over to Lindsay. Back over to Dodd in the corner.
That's 2 on Eli Brown.
That's fouls on Eli Brown, his second.
And now how do you want to play this for the last 35 seconds of the half? And Coach Baldinelli said, "Now you go ahead and take a seat, my man." Which I would have done the same.
Yeah, inbounds pass over to A.J. Lindsey, who does a spin move. Back over to Martindale. Over to Dodd. Cannot get the three-pointer to fall. So I like the call.
How?
I like the call because here was the option. You either call a foul on Landrum or give the ball to Chesnee. He got pushed out of bounds.
Then it's a foul, but if he doesn't call it and it never touched a Landrum player, then it's got to be a Landrum ball. I mean,
now two of the officials are talking about it.
Yeah, he's going to make the change, but he should have made the foul call because
correct.
Because the bump made him go out of bounds.
Correct.
Yeah, you got to.
Isaiah Atkins into the game this last 23 seconds. Good communication. The referee figured he made a mistake, conferred with his other official, and made the correction. Over to Martindale. Pass over to Tidwell. 13 seconds to go.
Don't have to be in too big of a hurry.
Over to Lindsey. Under 10 seconds.
And somebody.
5 seconds. The three-point shot off the mark by Tidwell. Could not get it to fall. That ends the first half with the halftime score, Chesnee 29 and your Landrum Cardinals 20. You're listening to Upstate Prepcast.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, Kevin, long time no see. Are you okay? You're looking a little flushed.
Well, Steve, I just found out my pipes are all backed up.
Well, you know, bran flakes always work for me.
No, I'm talking about the pipes connected to my kitchen sink.
Oh, well, then you need to call the MVP.
Well, who's that?
That's Mike Varner's Plumbing, where for 40 years they've been known for their expertise, excellent service, and reliability.
Well, that sounds just like who I need. Mike Varner's Plumbing, you say, at 13520 Asheville Highway in Inman?
Yeah, and you can give him a call at 864-472-8756 or go to his website at MikeVarnerPlumbing.com.
Well, Steve, I tell you, I feel relieved already.
Well, Kevin, sounds like you don't need the brand. You just need to call the man. That's Mike Varner's Plumbing, celebrating 40 years of experience, excellence, and reliable service in every job. Because you deserve the best, call the MVP. That's Mike Varner's Plumbing.
At Warrior Tree Service, we're more than just tree experts. We are your tree care warriors. As a family-owned and operated business in Inman, South Carolina, and surrounding areas, we're dedicated to keeping your trees healthy, safe, and beautiful. Our team of experts offer competitive pricing and exceptional workmanship, ensuring your satisfaction with our services. From tree removal to tree trimming and stump grinding, we offer a comprehensive range of tree care services. When nature strikes, count on us to clean up the mess and restore your property. Our excellent communication and customer service sets us apart. You'll receive regular updates throughout your project, and the same dedicated crew will be with you every step of the way. Warrior Tree Service is licensed and insured, upholding the highest quality and safety standards. Warrior Tree Service, where nature thrives, we revive. Contact us today at 864-278-2555 or visit our website at warriortreeservicesc.com.
Are you concerned about the economy, interest rates, or current market conditions? For timely information based on sophisticated research, call Raymond James Financial Advisor Tom Dixon at 864-582-1611. He can discuss your specific needs and help to provide you with investment choices that make sense for you. Call Tom at 582-1611 in Spartanburg for an appointment. Raymond James Financial Service, member FINRA, SIPC, life well planned.
Back here at the cage, halftime of the boys basketball game, Chesnee leading Landrum 29-20 as we bring you inside the booth or broadcast table, however you want to call it here. Justin Mathis here, joined by we have all three seniors from the Lady Cardinals basketball team here. Kennedy Speech here, Sully Price there, Kylie Fortner over here with 2 out of 3 have headsets on, and then we'll make a switch. But ladies, it's been a great season for y'all so far. What are some of your thoughts on it? Kennedy, we'll start with you there.
I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better team. Like, our chemistry with everyone is, like, top-notch. Like, we all together just play so well, and I'm very grateful for this team.
I mean, yeah, I could sit here and talk about this team for an hour or two. I could sit here and talk about this team all day. And I was talking to somebody else. Yes, we have the talent. Yes, we have the skill. But these girls are like no other girls that I've ever played with, because they love it. Like, we love each other more than anything. And so I think, we've been able to really play these games based off of like having fun, like enjoying those moments with each other. And just building our confidence in God and what that looks like. And so we've really been able to dive into that, into like how does God want us to play? How does God want us to build this team? And so it's been a daily process. How can we be better? How can we serve him through the way that we play? And I mean, you can watch every single one of these games. You can come to every single one of our practice. He is literally daily transforming our team. And that's something that I'm beyond grateful for, and I've never seen before in my life. So I'm like she said, I think this is just this is the reason why we're having such a successful season. It's because of this team.
What about you, Sullivan?
I mean, I agree. I really feel like our team is just a family. We're all so close and we're so connected. All the girls are so special, and I really think our relationship with God is really helping us this season. I think it's helping us to have confidence because we have confidence in him, and we've been doing Bible studies before games, which is great as a team to just talk and we've got chemistry because of it, but we've also just grown in our faith, and like Callie said, we're growing daily. Our faith really is improving every day, so yeah, it's just the team is great.
With y'all three being the three leaders, the three senior leaders, you have some younger players on this team. What's that been like from your perspective as seniors, being able to, try and teach some of these younger ones, like some of the things you can do, like to get better each and every single day?
I mean, I was a freshman on varsity, and so like seeing from a senior's perspective how amazing it is to watch these younger kids grow as players. Like, I look back at the seniors that were there my freshman year, and I'm like, wow, I probably look like a baby to them, like just like our 8th grader and our freshmen. I mean, they are great players already, and I can't wait to see them grow over the next 4 or 5 years. Like, they're going to be good. They're going to be real good.
I think something that's been really cool, they love it. Like, they push, in practice every day. It's almost funny because they take it so seriously. Like, they are pushing themselves to every limit that they possibly can. And so, like, to see that from a young, like, they really love the game. They really want to be here. They want to get better. And so I think they're super coachable, too. Like, they're just able to listen and just be able to talk them through things. It's just been really cool to see them grow just this season. So I know it's just the beginning for them.
And this week was a little bit of a weird thing for everybody. You're trying to get back into the swing of things after – a 2-week, it feels like, delay? Mm-hmm. But before I get to that, Sully, I accidentally cut you off, and I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
That's my fault, my brain.
No, it's okay. Our young players, they're so great. Honestly, you could have told me that some of them were like juniors, seniors, not freshmen, not 8th graders, and I would have believed you. Like, their maturity just on the court and outside court is great. I think that kind of like Kenny was saying about how much I've looked up to girls like ahead of me. So I think I've really tried to be a good example to those girls and just help them, encourage them, and help them just be ready for the years ahead. So yeah, they're great. I'm excited to see what they do.
Okay, now that I can finish my thought now that everybody spoke. What's this been like, trying to get back into the swing of things after this long layoff, which you were already going to have a week off before the whole weather system hit? What has that been like for y'all to having to try and get back into the swing of things? What have y'all been able to do to try and get back on track as you get ready to close out this last stretch of the region?
Well, I know our first game back, like, we were like, we gotta pick it up, like, no matter what. Like, neither of the teams had practice probably at all. So going 2 weeks basically without practice and then immediately jumping into a game, it was a little stressful. I was worried about how we were gonna like perform as a whole. Like, none of us had ran or anything, so like getting back into like just straight into a game, it was a little stressful. I was worried, but I think we did pretty good. I think we did real good as just a group. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think, coming back, we kind of didn't know what to expect. Like, are we going to come out and show out? Or are we going to come out like we never played basketball? Like, it's just kind of one of those hard things. But I think just taking one step at a time, like one game at a time, one moment at a time, like we were kind of talking about. And, there's still things. Our rhythm's still off a little bit. Sharks aren't falling as much as they usually are. We're still a little slow. We're getting back into it. But I think, every game is progressing back. And I think next week, once we get some more practices in and getting back, I think we'll find our rhythm back really fast. But I think we're still learning to get back into that after, kind of a chaos week. But
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do think going into a game is hard without having practices and stuff, and not having school in that normal schedule is weird for those weeks. But I really do think we did a good job jumping in. Coach did good subbing and stuff, giving us breaks because we were pretty tired. So that was good to have breaks and subs and stuff. And we ended up pushing through, and it was a great game. So, yeah, I think, like Callie said, our shots are a little off. We're playing a little sloppier sometimes. But I think especially tonight we kind of proved that we're still good players and we can still play through adversity.
Well, just want to say, ladies, on behalf of everyone here at Upstate Prepcast, Kevin, myself, Ken, JB, who's called games with us, just want to say it's been fun to cover y'all this year. And we're excited to see what else lies ahead for this great team that y'all have here.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment here on Upstate Prepcast.
Inflation and other economic factors can keep you from getting the best results from your investments. Raymond James financial advisor Tom Dixon may be able to help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, mitigated taxes, and prepare for retirement. Call Tom at 582-1611. Located in Spartanburg for an appointment, Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of capital.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call Agent Chad Wagner, Asheville Highway, Spartanburg, 585-7999.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call Agent Chad Wagner, Asheville Highway, Spartanburg, 585-7999.
The Wings Etc. Wall of Flame Challenge. We've seen some pretty tough competitors come through here today, and most left crying. And don't forget, there was that one that had to be airlifted out when he actually caught fire. Our next contestant is Smokey, a rough and tough rider who's been all across America, 3-time winner of the Arizona Chili Chuck, National Wing Eating Champion 2 years running, and the only man to ever survive the fabled Tabasco, jalapeno, and wasabi pizza. Now he's here to try and make the Wings Etc. Wall of Flame. He's eaten 15 of the 16 wall sauce jumbo wings required to make the Wall of Flame. Here goes the final wing. It's up. It looks like he's got a great handle on it.
Here at halftime here at the cage, Ken Walter, Justin Mathis, Kevin Jackson. Ken, you have some numbers after that fun halftime segment.
That halftime show is brought to us by Stevens Law Firm and also Chad Wagner State Farm. Third quarter play is going to be brought to us by GSP Security and Mike Varner Plumbing. So leading Chesnee off, Braylon Blanton with 4 3-pointers has 12 points. Ben Reese with 3, Connor McCraw with 2, Corey Wall with 2, Elijah Brown with 10 for Landrum, Ivan Williams 4, Hunter Craig with 2, McIntyre 2, Tidwell with 6, and Dodd with 6. We tip off as we start the second half with Landrum basketball. Landrum's running a little weave over to Dodd, over to the right side, puts up a 3, no good. Offensive rebound by McIntyre. Dribbles over to Ivan Williams, over to Dodd. Back over to Williams. Now A.J. Lynch is going to direct some traffic. Chesnee in their man-to-man defense. Pass over to Tidwell. Down low to Williams, who does a spin move, puts up a one-handed shot. That's what Landrum needed to start the second half.
Feed the big man.
Williams has 6 points for the night. McGraw now over to Brown. Ben Reese looking to get jump started for the second half. Brown puts up a logo three-pointer and buries a guy roofing three-point shot. He's got 13 for the night. And here's Dodd with a drive. They're going to get Blanton with a block. I think that was the right call. Blanton's second foul. Team first. Coach Smith talking to Cooper Tidwell about something.
And Coach Brown talking to the official saying, hey, what did I do? And she's telling him, hey, this is what you did.
Noah Dodd comes into the game shooting 86% from the free throw line.
To his defense, it's hard to get that big of a frame to stop. To set up a charge.
Both Flounder Seafood Restaurant free throw attempts are off the mark. Chesnee with the rebound brings it down with 6:40 to go in the third quarter. Brown trying to drive left-handed, now passes over to Blanton. He gets caught in nowhere land. Ben Reese with a three-point shot, no good. Williams with the rebound, bringing it down to Dodd. Dodd driving to the basket. Coast to coast with the basket for Noah Dodd. Makes up for those missed two free throws. Here's Blanton again for a three-point shot, no good. Blanton's cooled off in the first half.
That's what Landrum's hoping.
Williams trying to drive in, passes over, one-handed pass over to McIntyre, who's cutting the lane and gets the two-point shot.
It was no look, too, so the defense was trying to read his eyes. Williams saw him and just behind his back, no look, and all of a sudden it's a two-score game.
A little Magic Johnson pass right there. Here's Brown with a drive, passes back out to McGraw, who drives in the wall, who makes a layup. Wall finally getting back on the board, his fourth point of the night. He's been aggressive on the rebounds. Lindsey with a drive to the basket, could not power his way up over Brown. Brown with the rebound over to Reese. Now Brown drives to the basket, he's going to get fouled. McIntyre with the foul. His first. It's going to put Elijah Brown to the free throw line for Flounders Seafood Restaurant free throws. Brown shooting 79% from the free throw line this year. And he buries his first one. 3 for 3 for the night. Brown coming in, averaging 21.9 points a game. And he buries his second. Puts Chesnee back up by 10. Here comes looks like a press zone. Here's Tidwell with a three-point shot, no good. Williams with the rebound. Look,
over the back on Wall.
Yeah, Wall bumped him.
I did hear this from an official. Came on a while back, may have been last year. I heard this, that there actually is nothing, quote unquote, in the rule book for over the back. There's a push.
Right.
Is that right? Is that correct?
That is exactly right. There is no such thing as over the back in any of the 10 rules. There's only 10 rules in basketball. Just to give you a little trivia.
I wouldn't have guessed 10. I would have been thinking a little north of that.
Well, there's about 1 billion subsets on those rules.
Okay, that's, yeah.
But there's only actually 10 rules. Rule 4 being the most important.
Is it like a roommate agreement that Sheldon Cooper draws up? Big Bang Theory. Anybody who knows. If you know, you know.
Williams misses the second one. Comes down and now gets the defensive rebound from Landrum. Comes down over to Tidwell. One-handed pass. Tidwell could not get it to drop. Dodd gets the loose ball. Puts up a shot from the middle of the lane and buries it.
He hadn't scored since the first quarter, Dodd.
That's his second basket this half.
My bad. That's where my missing basket was.
Yeah, there you go.
One of them.
There you go. Landrum in their zone and And Reese buries a guy roofing three-point shot, his second three-pointer of the game. Coach Smith barking out a couple of orders for his team. Lindsay gets the ball back.
You want him to open things up a little bit.
This is called a 5-out offense. Lindsay drives to the basket, gets the basket to go. Actually, his first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, not for the free throws, he'd be at 6.
Yeah, that 5-out offense that Landrum likes to run paid off for him.
He really had to maneuver that shot over the much taller Brown.
Here's a skip pass over to Blanton, who's cooled off a little bit. Makes an entry pass to Brown, who's driving the lane. Gets the pass and puts it up for a 2-point. Here's Williams on the other end for a 3-point shot. No good.
Yeah.
Brown with the rebound.
Had an open baseline to drive. I don't like that shot.
But Brown with the long skip pass. Blanton could not control it.
Yeah, I feel like Williams, he had a wide open baseline. You can muscle up against a couple of the post players. I'm a little old school. You got to open lane like that. You got to drive and take a higher percentage shot.
Well, other than A.J. Lindsay, I think Williams is the second strongest player on the floor at any given time. Those two kids, I'm not sure if Williams plays football, but both those kids are pretty strong. You can see it how they drive.
I mean, and Brown pretty strong in his own right for the Eagles.
Sure. So Chesnee's in the zone. They've extended the zone a little bit. Here's Dodd with a pull-up jumper off the mark. Reese with a rebound, passes long outlet to Brown, who drives the basket, puts it in for a 2-point shot. Brown starting to heat up in the third quarter.
For a moment there, you thought he was about to try and dunk that one.
9 points already in the third quarter for Elijah Brown, the reigning All-State player in the 2A level. Here's a give and go, cut off by Wall, knocked out of bounds by Wall. It's going to be Landrum basketball. Blanton, who's cooled off really since midway through the second quarter. Lindsay back into the game. Tidwell to the bench.
A bunch of big games all over the state tonight. Have Burns Dorman going on, just down 26.
Dorman had the, Burns had the lead.
Burns had the lead?
Burns had the 3-point lead.
Ooh, count the basket.
McIntyre with the basket. Was that foul on Blanton?
I couldn't quite tell because I thought I saw 2 numbers being held up.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 10.
Isaiah Atkins. 30-second timeout by Landrum. It's going to be a Ron Hawkins next home realtor's 30-second timeout.
But I'm a little biased in that one, Ken. You know, I'm a little biased in that game I referenced, Burns Dorman. I have an allegiance in that one, but it's 2 great coaches there, Lane Fowler, Thomas Ryan, in one of the toughest regions in the state. He's getting a little bit of a makeover next year, as is this region that Kevin mentioned. Landrum and Chesnee going into Region 2A next year.
Yeah,
it's going to be an 8-team region for everything but football.
Here's a Pocahontas Country Club out of town scoreboard.
I've never heard of pre-traumatic stress disorder, but I thought it's mostly post. But I've got pre thinking about that.
Sorry.
Halftime, Riverside 20, Bowling Springs 13.
Woo.
A low-scoring game. Officials having a question. It's going to be out of bounds to Landrum. A little jarring going on the court. Something.
One of the Landrum players was frustrated because he thought he had touched it last, and he smacked the ground.
Martindale with a long backcourt pass. God had to track it down.
Like a fly route.
Yep. Zone defense by Chesnee. Extended zone. God with the pass. They've switched to a. God drives to the basket. Picks up the foul. He's going to go to the Flounder Seafood Restaurant free throw line. 4-2. Fouls on number 10, Carson Bova, his second. Here's Dodd to the free throw line.
Free throw line has not been kind to the Cardinals tonight.
And Dodd's coming in shooting 86% from the free throw line. He's by far their best free throw shooter. Cannot get that one to fall. Elijah Brown with the rebound, drives coast to coast, puts up the shot. Elijah Brown's on fire this third quarter, Justin.
You need to call the local fire department.
Here's Martindale from long distance off the mark. Here's Brown with the rebound.
He's using that off arm. You got to be careful.
Here's Carson Mova with the three-point attempt, no good. Martindale with the rebound. Runs into Elijah Brown. He's going to get called for the free throw. Chesnee's real close to getting called for a technical foul. It's going to be Elijah Brown's third. That's why one of the reasons he's not upset.
And that's 5 fouls for the Cardinals.
That's already puts
or
them
5 fouls on the Eagles. Excuse me.
Already puts them in the team shooting bonus.
But if you're Chesney, that in that regard, the way Landrum's been shooting free throws tonight, you're not necessarily mad about that. You're mad at the foul, but the way the rate Landrum's been making free throws, which hasn't been many tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
You're kind of like, okay.
So Martindale's coming in 54% from the free throw line. That's the one you would expect to go 1 for 2. Yeah, he buries nothing but net on his first one. Nothing but net on his second one.
Timeout Chesnee. It's a full.
Okay, let's take a timeout. You're listening to Upstate Prepcast.
Hey guys, this is Todd Waddell with Upstate Prepcast. When the storm hits, trust the guys who've got you covered. Guy Roofing. For over 50 years, they've been protecting homes and businesses across the Carolinas with a quality you can see and a name you can trust. From inspections to full replacements, their team is fast, reliable, and built on integrity. Visit GuyRoofing.com today. Guy Roofing. Protection you can count on.
Call 864-578-4594 for your consultation today.
Discover the power of Mahindra at Mahindra of the Upstate, located at 4951 Chesnee Highway in Chesnee. We're your one-stop destination for top quality tractors. Mahindra, the #1 best-selling tractor in the world, is now within your reach. Take advantage of our low-rate financing options, making your dream tractor more affordable than ever. Visit our website at sctractor.com or call 864-461-2515. Mahindra of the Upstate.
Back here at Landrum High School, little full court press going on by Landrum. Skip pass over the corner to Blanton. Blanton dribbling around, makes the pass over to Brown. He puts up a downtown three-point shot, cannot get it to fall. McGraw with the offensive rebound over to Ben Reese. He can't get it to fall. Tipped by Dodd. It's going to be out of bounds Chesnee basketball. Here's another Pocahontas Country Club out-of-town scoreboard. Halftime, Spartanburg High School 39, Gaffney Indians 21.
Ooh, Vikings had a tough one last night.
Yes, they did.
With the Rebels lost by 6.
Yes, almost pulled off the win. Pass over to McGraw in the corner, back up top to Brown. You know, for Brown's size, he plays point guard most of the time for Chesnee. Even though a lot of times he's the tallest one on the court. Little motion offense going on with Chesnee. Mova with the drive, missed a wide open Brown. He now gets it out in the three-point line. Could not get it to fall. Another offensive rebound by McGraw. Reese gets bumped, passes over to Brown, who drives in. It's going to be a blocking foul on Lindsay.
Tidwell's going to be hit with the foul. He trying to set up for a block, but he's too far under the basket, and at that point, the way where he was positioned, he didn't put himself in a good spot to try and draw the charge, and so that just gives Brown an extra opportunity to get some points.
Elijah Brown trying to get the old-fashioned three-point play, gets it to roll. And this third quarter has been all Elijah Brown. 48-36. Chesnee. man-to-man defense. Here's Martindale with the drive. High off the glass. Gets it to fall in.
Got his first points.
He had free throws earlier. Here's a drive by Brown. Cannot get it to fall.
It'll be Lindsay or Martindale.
Number 21 is going to be Cooper Tidwell.
Wow. I was wrong. I didn't feel like he got much of that contact, but that's why I'm sitting here. I would have thought it would have been Lindsay on the reach.
Back to the free throw line for the third time this quarter, is Elijah Brown. Elijah Brown with 15 points already in the quarter. Getting these last couple from the Flounder Seafood Restaurant free throw line. He buries his second one. 16 points for the quarter for Elijah Brown. 19.3 left to go in the third quarter. Landon bringing it up. Here's Martindale over to Lindsay. He's going to drive the basket, puts it up. Looks like he got bumped by McGraw. Foul's going to be on Connor McGraw, his second. It's going to put Lindsay to the free throw line. Lindsay has had a tough time tonight at the Flounder Seafood Restaurant free throw line. Maybe he needs to eat a couple of hush puppies or something from the Flounder Seafood.
Yeah, he needs something.
He's over 4 so far tonight.
That didn't look good out of his hand.
Either. 11.2 seconds left. Coach Baldinelli drawing up a play for these last 11 seconds for Chesnee. Here's Dodd. Shot finally gets one to go. Desperately needed that for Landrum. 8.2 seconds left to go. Here's McGraw calling out a play. Over to Crawford, over to Flanton. He could not get it to fall. And just like that, that ends the third quarter. That puts Chesnee up 50, Landrum 39. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. You're listening to Upstate Prepcast.
When it comes to wings, everyone knows size does matter, and no one knows it better than Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Wings Etc. has the biggest, meatiest, award-winning jumbo wings in town. If you love wings and a whole menu of great food and drink options and tons of flat screens tuned into sports, we've got you covered. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Good food, great times, and online ordering at togo.wingsetc.com.
The Flounder Seafood Restaurant, located at 160 Barbado Lane in Spartanburg, opens every Wednesday through Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Serving the upstate since 1969, they have been twice voted Spartanburg's best seafood restaurant. Everything at the Flounder is fresh and homemade, from their specialty stews to their famous hash and their signature flounder. Visit the website at flounderfishcamp.com. Come visit the Flounder, where there is a line, but it moves quickly. The Flounder at 160 Barbado Lane. Give them a call at 864-576-3165.
Back here for the fourth quarter here at Landrum High School. Ken Walter, Justin Mathis, and Kevin Jackson. Happy to be calling this game for you tonight. Here's Blanton trying to make an entry pass. Ben Reese picks up the air pass. Passes back over to Blanton. Now Elijah Brown's going to set up the play. That third quarter was all Elijah Brown. He had 16 points in the quarter. Landrum had 19 points in the quarter.
As a team, Chesnee had 21. So, as, what was that? Wall had it, or excuse me, that was McCraw. Now to Reese with a spin move. Out of bounds, stays with Chesnee.
Looks like it was off Lindsay. It's going to be Chesnee's ball underneath their own basket. Let's see what, looks like they're setting up for. Okay, this might be what they call a blob action. Blob. He's going to run a play, try to get Blanton open on this. Yeah, pass in the middle for Blanton. Back the wall for a 2-point shot.
He's consistent. He scored each of now the last 3 quarters, second, third, and fourth.
And Dodd cannot get a 3-point shot to fall. Elijah Brown's going to walk the ball at the court. take his time. Looks like Landrum has now moved into a man-to-man defense. Off the mark by Brown. Loose ball picked up by Blanton, who passes over to Reese, who could not get it called. Reese is having an off night from the three-point line. Here's Ivan Williams with a drive. Over to Tidwell, could not control it. Here's Brown going up with a layup.
Yeah, it was just not a good possession for the Cardinals. Very bad pass, set that into motion.
A.J. Lindsey can't get it to fall. Wall with the rebound. Brown from over the corner cannot get the three-point shot to fall. Ben Reese controls the rebound, but he was standing out of bounds. When he did, it's going to be out of bounds to Landrum. This fourth quarter play brought to us by Mike Varner Plumbing and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Sedan Joyner. Here's Dodd dribbling with the right hand over to the top of the key, puts it up and gets the home team roll. They need to get Noah Dodd rolling. He's got 12 points for the game.
He had 24 in that the last time we saw him here. Even a little bit more than that tonight.
There's
Lindsey hit the floor.
Yeah, Wall was trying to drive. He knocks Lindsey down. No call made. Here's Tidwell with a shot. Can't get it to fall. Long outlast pass to Blanton. Blanton thought about it. Reese thought about it. Passes over to Brown, and Zach Baldinelli, the coach for Chesnee Eagles, saw something he did not like. Decided he wants to call a timeout with 5:17 left to go in the fourth quarter. That's going to be a 30-second Ron Hawkins Next Home Realtors 30-second timeout. Justin, what does Landrum have to do to get back in this game?
You got to clean things up. The couple of these passes have not been good. Then you go, not like being critical or anything, but AJ going up with that layup did not have like a strong finish on that. He just kind of lofted it up there, and then you got to go up strong. And you're down 13 points. Some of these things are correctable, but you're running out of time.
Yeah, 13 point is not insurmountable. I mean, you and I saw a couple of comebacks already this year, so Landrum's not going to walk away and give them the game, but they need to start getting a couple of things corrected. Here's pass out to the backcourt over to McGraw. Landrum extends their man-to-man defense. Little skip pass over to Wall into the paint, and Wall travels with a good defense.
Yeah. I honestly think trying to be a little more physical, driving inside. We just are not hitting enough from the outside, Landrum is, to be able to come back in that way. He's going to have to do some good ball movement and drive to the hoop if we can.
Here's a drive to the basket by Durham McIntyre. That's what the doctor ordered right there.
Nostradamus over there. Kevin over here just.
I didn't see who the foul was called on. Foul's going to be on Braylon Blanton. That's 4 by my count. 4:58 left to go. He's going to stay in the game. Puts McIntyre to the free throw line. Trying to finish off the one, and just like you said, Justin, they have not had a good night at the free throw line. I think that might be the difference in the game right now.
I mean, it's a 11-point game, and I'm sure Landrum missed at least 10 free throws. I don't have all the numbers in front of me.
Here's Ben Reese thought about a three-point shot. Brown going to drive to the basket. Oh, picked off by Martindale. Martindale to Dodd. Dodd with the layup. There you go. Long pass to Wall at the other end. Who skip passes over to Brown. Brown takes a step, drives in.
Oh, wow, what a play.
What a play by Brown as he's falling down. Let's see what. Not sure what the.
What's the call?
They called a foul on Dodd, I believe.
Yeah, he said Landrum foul, and I couldn't quite hear because everybody in their relatives are yelling in here tonight.
Yeah, I believe it was a foul on Dodd. Here's the inbounds over to McGraw. Almost 4 minutes left in the game. 5-second violation. Good defense by Martindale.
And Coach Baldinelli not quite fond of that one. He pops up out of his seat like, what?
We're definitely going by the book here tonight, folks.
Well,
we're uncovering
you
all.
You just have to be aware of it. But, that was right there in front of the bench. The assistant coaches, there's several of them over there. They should have picked up on that. Here's man-to-man defense. Picked off by Ben Reese. Ben Reese going coast to coast. Puts up. Cannot get it to fall.
Wow.
He's just having an off night tonight.
Slow it down if I'm Landrum.
Spin move. And they're going to call it travel.
That's why I said slow it down.
Yeah. Just trying to make something happen. Looks like he's.
Ken, I don't remember if you were here. Were you here for High Point or was that JB?
I think that was JB.
We commented during that game that High Point had the unique ability. They could go fast or they could go slow. They could go at any pace they wanted to do. And Landrum just struggles really at a slower pace, kind of when they have to really think about it. Errant passes. Chesnee's kind of somewhere in the middle. They like to go fast. They can go slow, but sometimes they get ahead of themselves as well.
Here's a pass into Wall, who puts up the layup good.
He's got 8 points.
There's Dodd putting up a long three-point shot. Going to call a held ball on that. Possession arrow is going to be Landrum.
I've seen held ball and someone's coming flying through the air.
It didn't really look like a second person had a hold of him.
Briefly, I don't know. That's one they should have just let it play out.
Yeah, because it's either going to be.
It would have been a travel. He came down, ended up coming down with the ball. Here's a play for Noah Dodd, a wheel play. Picked off by Connor McGraw. Now Brown driving. He's going to pull it out and set up the offense. Guarded by Lindsey. 5-second going. Drive to the basket. And layup good by Elijah Brown.
That was nasty in a good way if you're a basketball fan. That was just ankle breaking, that move to the basket.
Landrum, you're going to have to really attack inside.
Ben Reese with a long downtown. Guy roofing three-point shot.
Yeah, the law of averages say that Ben Reese won't be down long.
Yeah, if he leads the state in three-pointers, he's going to keep coming at it. And Lynn Smith, coach for Landrum, saw enough. He's going to call a Reese Ward Sunoco Mortgage 60-second timeout. We're going to take a break with that. You're listening to Upstate Broadcast.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call Agent Chad Wagner, Asheville Highway, Spartanburg, 585-7999.
Warrior Tree Service, your go-to tree experts. Family owned and operated since 2020, offering service from tree removal to tree trimming and stump grinding. At Warrior Tree Service, we handle it all. When nature strikes, count on us to clean up the mess and restore your property back to normal. Visit our website at warriortreeservicesc.com. To get a free estimate, call 864-278-2555. Warrior Tree Service.
Back here at Landrum High School. Now that wasn't a travel. The ball was on the ground.
Yeah. And he didn't move his feet either.
Yeah. So he kept possession of the ball. Chesnee wanted to travel. Man-to-man defense by Chesnee. A tight man-to-man defense. Noah Dodd drive to the basket. It's going to be a foul on. That's
Blanton.
Blanton. Foul's going to be on Blanton. That might.
I don't see anybody panicking.
That must be his fourth then.
Yeah.
Noah Dodd to the free throw line tonight. He's had a tough night at the free throw line, but he buries that one. Noah Dodd with 16 points for Landrum so far tonight. Check this stat out. With a game reset right here. Elijah Brown, 33 points already.
Justin, haven't heard you use your famous phrase yet.
What's that?
About free throws.
Landrum extends their full court press.
It's not mine. It was Charlie Munson's. I just like mentioning it. Charlie Munson has a foul on the Cardinals. That'll be on Dodd.
Yeah, Dodd's second foul. A little sloppy. You're getting to where you have to start making something happen. You know, down 15 points.
And
with just almost 2 minutes left to go.
And most of those at the free throw line.
Yeah. Looks like Coach Smith told him, play aggressive. If you foul, that's okay. Blanton driving to the basket, passes over the wall.
Oh, boy.
Who loses it. Blanton gets the rebound back, gets up the basket.
Nobody really in foul trouble, really both sides. It's been very lightly called a contest. And it's been a clean contest. Not many fouls, so both teams probably in pretty good shape.
Well, Blanton's in foul trouble. We thought he fouled out with the last one, so he's got to have
other than Blanton, I don't think there's been all that many fouls called on anybody else.
Chesnee had one quarter where they got called for 5 fouls.
Yeah.
That was the second.
Play ran for Dodd, a little circle play. Low screen action. Martindale with the drive, could not get it to fall. Good rebound by Connor McGraw. And Elijah Brown happy to just walk it up.
Yep, 17. Yeah, you can kind of afford to do that.
About a minute and a half to go. Picks up his dribble over to McGraw. Bounce pass underneath. Blocked actually by Dodd. Wall gets the rebound and puts it in. Wall with 6 points in the quarter.
And 10 for the game. Landrum trying to make something happen, but it's not working.
Blanton with a steal.
Walt.
No, that wasn't a travel. So the ball was touched. So possession resets. Shouldn't have been a travel. So Blanton tried to make a pass. The ball was touched. Nope, that means possession was lost.
Under a minute.
Here's passing game offense, trying to get somebody open. A.J. Lindsey just throws an errant pass with 50 seconds to go. Now Connor McGraw, here comes the extended defense. Long pass down court. I didn't hear a whistle.
No, I didn't hear a whistle on that other play down here on the end, too.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout.
Who called timeout?
I think Landrum called the timeout. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Let's close this one out. Let's just kind of wrap things up. We'll give a quick game reset. You know, just said it a minute ago. Elijah Brown with that 16-point third quarter, 33 for the game already.
I'm telling you, man, that is Caden Yarborough going to get in there. I just saw him check in at the scores table.
Get some of the seniors in.
Well, he's actually, if he's listed as like a student manager up here on the banner on the wall. So, but
he still has eligibility. They can.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of teams bring along a manager like that and be able to insert him in.
I think that's cool. They're getting their student manager into the game. I like that.
Yeah, and they called off the dogs. They're just going to drop back into a zone defense. Or actually just a small man-to-man, not aggressive. And McGraw is just going to dribble up the top of the key. Caden Yarborough guarding, but he's not being aggressive with it. Pass over the quarter to Blanton, who puts up a shot. Davis Campbell with the rebound. He's going to go put up a three, try to get in the scorebook. Can't get it to fall. Elijah Brown with the rebound. 10 seconds.
A.J. Lindsey playing it really close.
No triple overtime on this one, Justin.
Yeah.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Final score tonight. Landrum cannot pull it off. So Chesnee's going to close out the series with a 65-46 win on Landrum's home court on senior night. They just couldn't find an answer. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to sum up our totals. We'll come back, and we'll have our games, our wings, etc. post-game show when we come back.
Back in 1 minute.
Isn't it nice to know that when someone says they'll stay in touch, they actually will? The phrase has real meaning at Raymond James because we believe in keeping clients informed about their portfolios, even in the most challenging economic times. Clients place their trust in us because we believe that meaningful communication, stability, and client satisfaction matter. Call financial advisor Tom Dixon at 582-1611, located in Spartanburg, to learn more. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned.
This is Pastor Tyler from View Church. We're located in Bowling Springs at 5555 Pierce Bridge Road. If you've been turned off by religion, been discouraged or hurt by church, or maybe you just thought church was boring, you should give View Church a try. It's a place like none other. The people are genuine, the spirit is obvious, and God is moving in this place. Visit our website for times and direction at viewchurch.org.
Back here at Landrum High School, Ken Walter, Justin Mathis, and Kevin Jackson back here for the post-game show brought to us tonight by Warrior Trees, Flounder Seafood Restaurant, and Raymond James Financial. So just a couple of stats for you real quick for Landrum. Hayden Martindale closes out with 4 points. Ivan Williams, slow second half for Ivan Williams, finishes with 7 points. Hunter Craig with 2 points. Durham McIntyre with 6 points. Cooper Tidwell with 6 points. Isaiah Atkins with 3. A.J. Lindsay with 2. And Noah Dodd, leading scorer for Landrum tonight with 15. For Chesnee, Braylon Blanton starts off strong with 12 points in the first half. Finishes with 14 for the game. Ben Reese with 9. Connor McGraw with 2. Coy Wall had a pretty solid game with 10 points. And Elijah Brown with 33 points. So only 5 players checked in the game for Chesnee that scored, but those 5 players pretty much controlled the game for Chesnee, Justin.
Yeah, and that's the way it's been these last couple of years for the Eagles. They've had 2 or 3 guys every year that have, if one's down, the other 2 seemingly pick up the slack, or that one if they have a struggle, and tonight Eli Brown just he took over in that third quarter, and that to me was the difference. Along with this, I hate to say this over and over again, but this is something that won't sit well with Coach Smith. The struggles at the free throw line. Because imagine if this game had been a little bit closer, Ken. That a lot of those points. I don't know what the totals are, but on the free throw shooting for Landrum, but it was not great. It was under 50%, and it's something like you've got to have that, especially in those games that come down to the wire. And
yeah, looking at the totals, Landrum was 6 for 16 from the free throw line. Yeah, that's not going to get the win and move you up in the region standings, but good win for Chesnee.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Chesnee improves their record to 15-7, 7-1 in the region. They're hot on the heels of High Point Academy, going to play for a region title here next week. And Landrum falls to 14-10.
I think that was a 2-point game, the first matchup.
Hang on, I can. 54-52 is the first matchup between High Point and Chesnee.
Yeah, so Chesnee comes out. I mean, they set the tone, Justin, in the first half with Braylon Blanton hitting those 3 3-pointers in the first quarter. Elijah Brown only had 3 points in the first quarter, but it was a 3-pointer. They set the tone with that, and there wasn't anything that Landrum could do as long as they stayed in that zone in that first half, first half, excuse me. And you and I both know we've been around the game long enough. Chesnee wasn't going to stay hot the whole game. We knew those percentages were going to come down, which they did, but by then they had already opened up their offense and made cracks into Landrum's defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup there. I mean, High Point, Chesnee's got better offense. High Point has a better defense in all that matchup. I think High Point, their advantage there is, like I said earlier, they can kind of go at whatever pace you want to run them at. They're kind of very flexible as a team. So that'll be an interesting matchup, though. A 2-point matchup last time, but we'll see what happens. And one of those 2 teams will –
holy smokes.
Either High Point will be region champion outright, or they'll split and then have to play off for 1 and 2.
according to what the schedule I've got right here in front of me on Max Prep says, Chesnee's got 4 games next week.
Yeah, it's going to be.
You've got the 9th.
It's very tough as well.
At Blacksburg, then you host Greenville Tech, Charter, and Liberty on the 10th and 12th. Then you finish out at the old Waccamaw, going to High Point on the 13th, a week from tonight. Those guys are going to be gassed.
Yeah.
And you got to wonder how much those 4 other 3 games will have on these guys, you know.
And as far as Landrum and Chesnee goes here tonight, I've said it before. You watch enough sports long enough. This is 20-plus years now here watching Landrum sports. There are certain teams, like for Landrum, most of the time if you see Blacksburg rolling up, you feel pretty good. It's not the quality of the team. It's for whatever reason we know most of the time play very well when Blacksburg comes to town.
Yeah.
Conversely, anytime that Chesnee sees the Landrum Cardinal bus or they roll up and see that big red L or the bird, they feel pretty good. It's just a history of success they haven't been able to have. They've got some good athletes coming. Hopefully one day, at least in the boys' sports world, we can turn that around and get it going.
And you mentioned Chesnee being one of our schools. They got a loaded week because of the winter weather. Does not do some of these teams many favors.
Yeah,
especially as you're getting ready for the playoffs, too.
It is what it is. I mean, we talked about when all this was coming that Landrum was very fortunate to
have that
bye in the middle of the first ice week. But, you know, this time of year you play the hand you're dealt. At least in basketball you don't have pitch counts and have to worry about arms in a 4-game week like I've seen in baseball. So
you worry about minutes and all that.
It's probably the most manageable because it's the least. It isn't like having to play 2 football games in 4 days or something like that. Basketball, very physical, demanding sport, but if any sport can be flexed over multiple in a week and stuff like that, it can be basketball. But certainly this is where you test your conditioning. This is where you test yourself and all the team bonding skills you did all year when it's you against the world and you got 4 opponents to slay in 4 days.
Yeah, very well put. So we're going to close it out here. Landrum cannot pull off the win on their senior night. The girls did. Girls had a good showing. Final score tonight from the Landrum boys, Chesnee 65 and Landrum 46.
Officer G's going to run us out, but if he says anything tonight, I'm going to steal some of his drinks and candy.
And stay tuned to our social media pages, Landrum Cardinals and Upstate Prepcast on Facebook, so you know what postseason playoff broadcast schedule will look like. We would imagine Landrum girls will be at home. It's one way or another to start the playoffs, knock on wood.
And why are you talking about social media? Go to our social media, like our pages, subscribe to the YouTube.
Ring that bell.
So we can get our advertisers on board. But we're going to close it out tonight for Kevin Jackson and Justin Mathis. I'm Ken Walter. You've been listening to another edition of Upstate Prepcast. We'll see you next time.